It was a beauty and a great weekend for us. You know, they're difficult weekends, back to backs. You know, and with two hard opponents last night. You know, Calgary always a big rivalry for us, and um, we came out with one there. And then tonight, we didn't think we were very good early, and then we made some adjustments on defense, and I think our defense kind of really took the game over, and we were able to make enough plays in transition on offense to get a win. And our guys, I think they're a special group. They just battle and they play hard all the time. They just seem to find ways, and it's been a bit of a process for us here, but we seem to be getting close and got a long way to go. But certainly, it's encouraging to see a weekend like we had this weekend.
Honestly, can you talk about how big a deal it is now to get those 2 wins?
Well, I mean, it's sure a lot better than the alternative because you just never know. Like, it's a hard league. It's a hard league to win in, and if you take a look around, man, every week you see, oh man, that team lost to them, and it's like, so everybody's good. There's so much talent in the league now. On any given night, things can happen that aren't great, and but I think our guys have been really very resilient throughout this season. Even in a couple of the games that we lost, we never packed it in. We just battled to the end. So that's a really good sign for this group.
What can you say about Frank and goal? Obviously, he had some time off
Mm-hmm.
as a child, but it seems like he hasn't missed.
Yeah, it's funny. He both games he didn't have great starts, and then second half spectacular. Just really. They have a lot of talent on that team tonight. Like, they got a lot of really good shooters, good athletes, big bodies. They got some good looks, and Frankie was there for us. The penalty situation there got a little sketchy. It was like, I was very thankful it wasn't a 5. That could have put us in a tough spot, but he made some big saves, and then they got a penalty, and it kind of evened it up. So, but yeah, I mean, he's been great. He's just a great guy too. He obviously had a difficult situation there for a couple weeks, but things have worked out really well, and we're thankful for that. And I think that's what's most important for him and his family and our team. And he's back with a vengeance. He's ready to go, and he's a competitor. So, and we got a young guy backing him up who's just a great kid and really helps Frankie a lot too. So it's nice to see.
You have Vancouver up next.
Mm-hmm.
What are you expecting out of them?
Yeah, I mean, it's another big rivalry. There's not a lot of love lost between the two, and I don't know. I think they're 5-5. I think they're better than that. Again, tough league. I think their defense is really, really good, really physical. Their goaltenders played well. So tough challenge for us after a back-to-back. A little bit of a short week, but I think we'll be ready. We hope to get a couple guys healthy here in the next week, but at the same time, the guys that have stepped in have really played well for us.
I guess actually for your defense, it looks like guys are really sacrificing too, a lot of block shots. Just what are your thoughts on that?
I think sacrifice is the word. Like we put a guy in like Keegan Bell who played a lot of games for us last year, and this year we've just had a little more depth, and he hasn't been in the lineup, and came in this weekend and played really well for us and was one of those guys that blocking shots. And then you got other guys, I mean, they're there every night doing that. Matt Hossack and Mike Messenger, and I could go on and on. The goal that Mess scored there in the fourth quarter was just crazy, and that's just the kind of athlete he is and the kind of player he is, and I think that was kind of the final nail in the coffin, I think, because it was special.
You just touched on it a little bit here with the depth that you guys have, especially scoring-wise. You look at last night, a player like Clark Walter wasn't in the lineup. Levi Anderson's in there. He contributes. Again tonight, Levi's out of the lineup. You get a hat trick from Clark Walter. I mean, what does that mean to the team that you can kind of swap guys in and out like that and still get production?
It's a good problem to have. It's hard on the guys that we kind of are rotating a little bit between 3 guys. It's hard on them, but I think they all get along so well, and it's competitive amongst them, but I think they also cheer for each other. So, and then if you get in, Clark gets in tonight, and you watch how he plays and the effort he brings, and I think this was probably the first game I've seen in a couple of years he didn't get stitches in the chin. So, that's the kind of effort he brings, and the goals he score are just like it's all just effort, and compete level, and that's what he brings, and the guys they love that about him, and we have some depth there now, and it's we got a young guy like Josh Sawada who. He's been largely on our practice roster, but we really like him too. And he came in and played when Churchy was hurt and Shanks was out there for a bit with illness, and he played really well too. So it's nice to have that depth. We haven't had that in the last 2 or 3 years.
And last one, just any updates on the health status of Jake Mason?
He should be good next week, I think. Yeah, he's been with us all weekend, so a lot of testing and getting close. So we hope next week he'll be back. And at the same time, the guys have done a tremendous job in his absence, and that's a credit to Mess and Matt Hossack, who stepped in a little bit, and just the guys around him that you have a plan and you try and execute that plan, and you end up doing a decent job at it.